Welcome to a new video. In this particular video I'll be showing my cassette tape collection in full. I haven't really added anything to it in probably about a few years. I used to have probably many more cassette tapes, but these were the ones you could record stuff on, and me and a friend used to do a radio show where we'd play our favorite music on the show and talk about, you know, different things going on in the music world. This is started back in, I think, 2000 and went all the way up to 2005, early 2005. And then we actually quit. We actually completely quit the show, and we probably had about 25 to 30 tapes recorded. Unfortunately, now that's down to, like, I think 2, unless I got rid of those, and those were our first 2 tapes we ever made. But it's funny to listen to the evolution of the show, and I wish I could, you know, post all that audio footage here today, but most of it's, well over half of it's gone. Anyways, on to the real reason you're here. We're kind of gonna show these a little bit in order, I guess. It ranges from rock tapes to comedy. So the first tape being Ozzy Osbourne's "Bark at the Moon," and I don't own this on CD yet. I'm gonna get it on CD because this is a pretty worn out copy of the tape. Let's open her up here. There's the tape. I think it came out in 1983, if that shows up through the shadow. But awesome album. Not one of Ozzy's best, but you have songs like, you probably can't see them here, but they're at the bottom. "Bark at the Moon." That's really the only song I've actually listened to on here. "Rockin' Roll Rebel," I think that's good. "Now You See It, Now You Don't." Not a bad album, but I think a lot of Ozzy stuff in the 80s was pretty good, to say the least. Anyways. Aerosmith's "Greatest Hits." This is also out in CD format as well. You can get the original 1993 or the 2001 remaster. Great. You have some great songs on here though. "Dream On," "Same Old Song and Dance," "Sweet Emotion," "Walk This Way," "Back in the Saddle," and "Come Together," and that's really the only good songs on here. But it's a great compilation. If you want to get that. This one would be kind of tough to see. It is Metallica's Black Album on cassette. You can kind of see the make out the snake there. Now you can. A great album. I have it on CD. Could not find the original record for a reasonable price, so I'll probably never own that. But you have songs like "Enter Sandman," "Sad But True," "Holier Than Thou," "The Unforgiven," "Where I May Roam," "Don't Tread on Me." Pretty much the whole album is great, in my opinion. I can listen to it on either format and never skip a track. Or usually never. Or usually not skip a track. Let's see what else we have. Any more metal? No? Okay. Here is a somewhat rare copy of Megadeth's "Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good." It's interesting that it says Megadeth on the actual cassette front. The actual front of the pamphlet twice, but awesome album. Have it on CD and cassette, and looking to get the original record as well, or the remaster. This was released in 1985 by Relativity Records. You got "Last Rites, Love to Death," "Killing Is My Business." "Skull Beneath the Skin," "These Boots," which is a cover. Rattlehead, "Chosen Ones," "Looking Down the Cross," and the hit song on this album was "Mechanics." It really didn't get any radio play, but it was one of the most recognized songs off that album at the time. Another Aerosmith, "Big Ones." This is another greatest hits compilation. Has some of the same songs. You have what is it here? So this cassette's actually kind of cracked. "Love in an Elevator," "Rag Doll," "What It Takes," "Dude Looks Like a Lady." Great CD. Great song. "Janie's Got a Gun," "Crying." Let's see. "Crazy," Angel and Living on the Edge, but you have the sumo wrestler here. So that's pretty cool. And the side spine, pretty good as it starts to focus. I'm still amazed by this camera, but we'll probably have to break this into 2 parts if I don't hurry. We'll save the comedy albums for last. Here is Heart, and most people know all their greatest hits, so I don't have to say it very much. I mean, you know, Magic Man, Crazy on You, Dreamboat Annie, Barracuda. You got what else? Let's see. This Man Is Mine, and I guess Rock and Roll. Here is, I don't even listen to this yet, but I want to really soon. Here's Cake's Piece of Cake. I mean Mudhoney's Piece of Cake, sorry. I saw this on CD and opted not to get it since I already had it on tape, but don't really know these songs very well, so I'm going to have to listen to them when I get a chance, when I can get my hands on a decent cassette player, but maybe I'll get the CD, who knows. Let's see, we have 2. Let's show this one. Stone Temple Pilots Core. Actually have this on 3 different formats now, interestingly enough. CD, record, and the cassette. Let's see, CD, record, cassette. Actually 4 different formats. And that format is the DVD audio, which sounds decent. But you got Dead and Bloated, type 6 type thing, Wicked Garden, No Memory, Sin, Naked Sunday, Creep, Piece of Pie Plush, Cracker Man, and Where the River Goes. Awesome album. This is Stone Temple Pilots' first album, and it's probably their heaviest. Their 90s albums were their heaviest ones, in my opinion. They slowly went a little more of a commercial route, but that's okay. What is this? Stone Temple Pilots Purple. This is interesting Chinese cover here. That's just the way it is. It's not anything special, but we have Meat Plow, Vaseline, Lounge Flies Good, Interstate Love Song. We have Pretty Penny, that's a good one. I just got into that song. Big Empty, Unglued, Army Ants, and those are the only songs I like off here. It's really hard to see the title on this one, or the title, or sorry, music tracks. But I want to get this on CD. Very good album by the Stone Temple Pilots, which came out in 1994. Here is Paul McCartney's Band on the Run. Interesting that the barcode is so big on here. I've never seen one like that, but I can listen to most of the tracks on here. The title track, you got Jet, Bluebird, Let Me Roll It, and 1985. B-52s, Cosmic Thing. This is the very first B-52 albums I ever heard back in the early 90s, but great one. You got Love Shack, Rome, Bushfire, Channel Z. Just great memories listening to this awesome album. But this is the only format I have it in, is with that. Considered getting the record, but just didn't do it. Led Zeppelin, these are just some this off the song Remains the Same movie. Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine single with It's So Easy live. This probably won't focus. Mad Seasons Above. This one's a little hard to find out there in the wild. I listened to it once on cassette, but I also have it in the original 1995 CD format and the recent 2012 reissue, 3-disc reissue, which is great. Okay. Monty Python's Live at City Center. What a great comedy tape. It's also on CD as well. Probably get my hands on that pretty soon, but very funny stuff. A lot of their classic stuff, you know. Just look it up. That's all I gotta say. And my very first cassette I ever owned was Foxworthy's Greatest Bits. You got Here's Your Sign, a lot of his popular works from that era, from the 90s. Rednecks and shiny stuff. You got commemorative plates, Rednecks, Play the Lottery, a lot of funny stuff on here. This is also on CD as well as Jeff Foxworthy's other albums, but friggin' awesome, great stuff. So that rounds out this cassette video. I will be making more collection videos in high def. I'm just kind of redoing my previous videos that were in standard def. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and have a good one.